Alright everybody, let's talk Windswept. Released on November 11th, a cozy yet fast-paced action platformer which is basically the modern spiritual successor of Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2. You can tell immediately this dev wasn't just inspired by Donkey Kong Country, they loved it. Like somebody grew up on Dixie, Diddy, and Donkey, put some serious wear on those carts and said, what if we bring this exact same spirit into 2025 with a duck and turtle? And Windswept really does feel like that. A love letter, not a copy. And you've got all the goods from its inspiration. The bees, the ropes, the barrels, the buddy system, the hop and bop energy. You've even got underwater coin collecting, secret little hideaway minigame spots, an overworld map. All those classic elements that just feel like home if you grew up in that era. So now that we've established the vibe, let me talk about one thing that hit me pretty hard early on, the controls. Because this game does not hand you a simple 2-button situation. No, Windswept looked at every button on a modern controller and said, yes, all of them. Use them all. Which isn't a bad thing, it's a good thing. Because don't get me wrong, I love depth, I love options. But the first tutorial and the first level had me feeling like I was taking a test I did not study for. I'm out here trying to remember moves for the duck, moves for the turtle, moves for when the turtle is holding the duck, and moves for when the duck is holding the turtle. And when you say all that out loud, you start realizing you're basically managing like 18 actions. And during fast-paced platforming, there's no time to stop and think, you have to act instantly. There were moments I was like, okay, turtle leads here, so I press, wait no, that's wrong, oh no, I'm dead. And for modern PC gamers, this probably is nothing, but if you grew up in the 90s with retro platformers and you're used to controllers with these straightforward mechanics, this can absolutely feel like drinking straight from a fire hose from the first hour. Again, a great and needed fire hose, a fire hose that actually makes the game deeper, but a fire hose nonetheless. Once you settle into those controls though, Windswept opens up and you can feel the Donkey Kong Country heartbeat everywhere. It's not shy about it, it's proud of it. And honestly, it should be. This is what a spiritual successor should look like. Modern hardware, smoother animations, more worlds, a new buddy duo, and that unmistakable 90s platformer charm. And of course, they brought back the classic idea of animal pals, very Donkey Kong coded in the best way. But instead of the frog, rhino, ostrich, and swordfish, Windswept gives you ones such as a chameleon, a crab, and this little bat, which is probably my favorite because it lets you fly. But the twist here is that they're not just mobility tools, these pals actually have offensive actions. They throw things, shoot things, and it makes them feel powerful. So seeing one in a stage gives you that instant, oh thank God, feeling every time. Because yes, they have the mobility, but they have the offense that is usually your saving grace in this crazy, heavily guarded platforming that's in front of you. Now the one thing that didn't completely land for me personally was the bonus rooms. And partly because of the difficulty in them, but mostly because of their entrance markers. They're these little rainbow outline thought bubbles, and it's not that they're terrible. They're actually cute, it's just that they feel out of place. They just don't give me that classic, oh snap, there's a secret spot, excitement. In Donkey Kong Country, when you saw that corner of a special barrel sticking out of a hedge, you instantly knew something was up and you had to jump in and investigate and see where it could take you. I think a gold barrel here would have solved everything. Like this can't be a thought bubble because the rewards are tangible ones that you keep, so it's not imaginary. And the buddy bubbles that look just like this don't transport you anywhere, so it's not a wormhole. I would just think since they're already using barrels everywhere just like the game they're paying homage to, adding a special one like a gold barrel would have just fit the vibe perfectly and kept the visual language consistent. And that's probably the smallest nitpick I have because this game is awesome. And one of my favorite things is that there's this stop on this overworld map where your moth friend hangs out, and this is a throwback to stopping at Funky Kong's air service or Candy's save point. But here you can do so much more, and I can't talk enough about it. In Moth's house, you can play tracks that you found, buy enemy action figures, check challenge progress, and pay ahead to reveal hidden items in future stages. And this is such a cool way to modernize these Donkey Kong Country style map stops. Not just a save point like Candy's Place, it's like a cozy little roadside convenience store for adventurers. Practical, charming, and useful in more ways than one, and it can be your jukebox collection, lore item trophy case, or just your buddy's hangout. Exactly how a remake-style spiritual successor should expand on an original idea. Okay, so the difficulty really spikes later in the game, but it's fair. It's that really good platformer difficulty where you die, but you learn something every time. And something new and different from DKC is the fact that you get unlimited lives too. And that works to Windswept's advantage because they can do so much more with the complexity of each level. Because if you are counting on the player to make it through on limited lives, well, there's only so many twists and turns and surprises you can place in, or they're not going to be able to complete it. But with this game, you get unlimited, so it's got that "I was so close" rhythm over and over that gets your blood pumping. And that's what makes Windswept addictive. That feeling of, alright, I know exactly what I did wrong, booting up again, I'm beating it this run. But I do gotta say this, when you lose your partner, sometimes it feels impossible to continue. So I found myself doing a lot of suicide swan dives. I remember back in Donkey Kong, if Donkey or Diddy went down, yeah, it was annoying, but you could still finish the level with the other chimp. Here, some segments feel so specifically designed for both characters that losing one makes you want to reset immediately. Definitely frustrating. Now let's talk about all the collectibles. You got comet letters, moon coins, vinyls, classic 90s collectathon energy. But let me tell you, some of those placements are brutal. Like I'm mid-jump, I look over, see where a moon coin is, and I'm like, there is no way. Like mathematically, there is no way. And I'm usually the kind of person who can't move on until I grab that collectible. But this game had me letting go of that pretty quick. The base game is friendly to casual players, but 100% completion? Bro, what? That is something that the more expert viewers of this channel can challenge themselves to and enjoy, because there is no way that I can do it. And I just want to say, before you start that journey, be honest about your mental health, because some of these placements seem literally impossible. And visually, this is some of the best pixel art I've seen in a modern 2D action platformer. And I stand by that. It is cozy, colorful, detailed, backgrounds layered beautifully, characters animated with such personality. It's just gorgeous. Now the soundtrack is good enough. It fits, it supports the vibe, it doesn't distract. I didn't find myself humming tracks afterwards, but it did serve the world well. But the sound design is where it impressed me. All the little effects, the buzzing, the wind, the character swaps, the platform clicks, the barrel launches, it all immersed you in this charming world around you, and it made everything feel alive. And now that I think about it, just like Donkey Kong Country, there's not really a story. But that's okay, that's not what these games are aiming for. The focus is on its platforming goodness. Just like if you remember, DKC basically drops you in the jungle and goes, "Your bananas have been stolen." Well, go! No cutscene, no explanation, just vibes and urgency. Windswept has that same spirit. It knows what it is. It's not trying to be like story-driven RPGs. It's here for the quick-thinking gameplay, great level design with cute little animal mascots, and a platforming challenge. So overall, Windswept is everything a modern spiritual successor to Donkey Kong Country should be. It's faster, deeper mechanics, more worlds, more collectibles, a new buddy system, charming animal styles, gorgeous pixel art, tight sound design, more lore, So, would a mediocre gamer like Windswept? The answer is absolutely yes.